Alright guys, I'm back. Now, I wasn't sure if I was going to do a video today, but since finally the 14th episode of Shaman became released, well, I forgot to mention that. See, even though Shaman usually came out on Thursday, but it didn't come out this month. 2 days ago, it didn't come out. But today it did. It's really odd. I do not know why he did only come out today. Maybe there's a change in schedule now. Maybe it's on Saturdays. No. Anyway. This is episode 14. On to the review. So the episode starts out with a recap. A small recap of what happened at the end of the last episode. I think the character's called Lily Baba. Don't know if I'm saying that right. Yeah, after Hal killed her. Then we got to Yo, who I think it was Ho asked Yo what's wrong. Yo said he thought he heard someone calling his name. Can't remember much, but they there you go. I can't remember much details really. Sorry. We cut to them and a motel. I think it was a motel or a hotel. Probably a hotel. Not sure. Yeah. And sleeping. Man talks to you a bit. Can't help but think about how. There's more detail, but I forgot it. My brain just won't remember it. Anyway. Ren and Yo have a bit of a conversation. I can't remember much about it, so I can't know good details. But then we cut to a mysterious guy with a pendant. Say something about finding someone who knows about Patch Village. Maybe that was mentioned last time, I can't remember. So he's looking for powerful allies to help him. Or something like that. It shows us Yo sleeping with a parcel, a package in his bag. After the next day, they're looking at the map to look for Patch Village. Just then, a mysterious boy shows up, asking if he can join them too. He asks who he is. He tells him his name is Lygard, and he's from England. Yeah, he is. I don't know why they didn't bother actually having him speak a bit of English as well. Like, Flashback could be spoken in English, and add some Japanese subtitles on top. So so the Japanese know what they're saying. Because seriously, I know he's speaking Japanese to them, obviously, but that's not me. Anyway, Ohio doesn't like him, saying that he could be one of House followers. But Liger reassures him that he's not. Ohio still abuses the lemon. Yells the leader. There's a funny moment a little bit earlier about the leader thing. You just had to watch it to see that part. Ren saying that he wants to do it, but he doesn't want to stand out. But they mentioned that he rides a horse that stands out. And he says that we and Ho are weak. And that Yo's the only winning choice. And they say they'd rather have him as a leader than you. It's funny. I like that scene. It's hilarious. Anyway, back to where we were. Like I said, no, Asabi's looking for a fight. Ligon asks if he beats him, he'll join. At least to a big fight between him and Ho. His pendulum is very unique. It allows him to. Excuse me. I was the find stuff before. That's what was unique about it. Able to find hidden objects. It turns out he has a thing for, well, that bit, but I'll explain a little bit later. Anyway, Ren joins the fight too, but ultimately they both end up losing. His pendant is able to fold them. Well, it's actually a pretty unique power. No matter where the enemy tries to go, it can. It can still find them. But it injures both Ho and Ren. And Yo steps in saying that he heard his friends. He will not allow someone to hurt his friends to join him. He says he's taking them to the hospital, and if he gets in his way, he'll show him no mercy. He asks if Ho and Ren are okay. Ren says he's fine, but Ho is unconscious. He tells Ren to rest a bit. We were helping, and Yo will go help Ho. Liger did not like being ignored, and still wants to join, still fight, so he's still fighting. That leaves Yo to go keep his promise, what he said earlier. But we get a brief flashback, though. There's when Liger was only 6 years old, his father was a detective. And his father was helping him with his shaman skills of tracking and stuff. Liger looked up to his father. So yeah. He was only 6 years old in London. I seriously should have had them speak English. I get it, it's a Japanese anime. But if you have a character from another country, mix in a little English. I mean, look at Pegasus from the Japanese W. Yu-Gi-Oh! He's he's an American character, but also he does speak Japanese with a little bit of American in it. Yeah. Same with My Hero Academia's Japanese dub, because All Might's an American character. And he says a few lines in English. I mean, that's my. No. It was not. This also helped him find his birthday present that his father had. He did find it on Big Ben. He was very happy that he managed to do it. He went back home excited to help his parents, but then he found out his house was burned to the ground. And now he sees the person responsible. How? Turns out, Hal killed them. He killed his mother and father because they wouldn't join him. Micah tries to stop him while ultimately gets beaten up because Hal gives him an evil look. A crazy look. No, he says he was too weak that day, but he wants powerful allies to help defeat Hal. Yeah. Come back to now. Of course, he didn't say all this out loud, obviously. Yell keeps his promise. He finished him off with one blow. Yeah. They still won't give up. Yell tells him he's acting that he's weak. They lost because he's weak. Which is kind of out of character for Yell, but quickly we get the reason why he said that. So, the reason he lost is because he wasn't fighting them, he was fighting someone else. Because a bit earlier, Yo gave the same look Hal did 8 years ago. Like I still abusing him quite, but this is still unexpected. Yo punches him. And he punches him. So acting selfish. Like, and stuff like that. So also not, you can tell him the story on the way to the hospital. Can't remember most of the details. Sure. No. Oh, sympathizes with him. Yeah, say that he did know that he has such a tragic backstory. He apologizes for what happened, saying that he shouldn't have done it. It was being selfish. That how was his fight, so they should stay out of it. He's safe. Everyone tells him he's being selfish. That they have a grudge against Hal as well. And over dinner, my God said he didn't know that they were after Hal as well. There are more details, my God. But Lygos asked him that why is Hal so interested in Yo? They just this is the first time they met. I mean, Ren was equally as powerful, but they went after him. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Oh, ask if he's got a theory about it. Like I said, he can't be sure, but he can't say for certain. Oh, tells him not to worry. They'll find out soon. Hmm. I think it was Ryu who asked where Yo was. Ren commented that Yo might be being his usual self, taking a nap and stuff. And you saying, laughing, saying that's Boss Yo for ya. You tell Liger, speaking about what happened earlier, that Yo gave up the same look Hal did 8 years ago, but he wonders if it was just his imagination. She thinks they two might have something in common. Then we cut to Yo looking up the sky bee. Mimo shows up. Yo once again tells him that he believes that Shaman, people who can see ghosts are friends. That some people could be friends if they. You get what I mean. Excuse me. Mimo asks Yo if he thinks that Hal's good somewhere. Yo said he would never forgive Hal for what he did, but he might. He's not. He's not really sure of himself though. There could be possibly that Hal has some good in him. I don't know. Anyway, some guy was watching Yo. Then we cut to Yo's grandfather, who was on the phone, who was having a phone call. So being informed about Hal, which makes sense. He mentions, so he says, so he's finally made his move. And Anna's there too. He tells Anna, he says that he has to tell Anna the truth. Or entire truth about the Asakura family and stuff. He takes her down to the base, to a lower underground passway, to a place called the Temple of Hal. That's where the episode ends. A Temple of Hal, I don't understand what that means. I mean, you know from the start that Hal and Yo are related. If you didn't see the show, you would think the two are related because they look exactly alike, just different hairstyles. So yeah, I mean, we got a new ending though. New ending ain't bad. Focus on a random girl though, which isn't Ho Ho's sister, by the way. I thought it was at first, but it wasn't. Just some random girl. Don't know who she is, but she is gonna appear later on. Yeah. Next week's episode is gonna be mentioned something about putting the pieces together. So I think they might figure out what Hal's intentions are. Or maybe it's something that's, or maybe Anna's being told about it so she could tell them like the others later.
Right. Message of Mammy. Your man's coming down the tour. They're in town, but your man's coming down the tour. And you had a shower and clean your teeth. I said you had a shower yesterday. So when you get 5 minutes, all your stuff in the bag, ready. The bag's there. We go from here at 12:30. No later, because I'm only going to the hospital, and then there's shut the blinds up for the radio because it'll be cold when I come home tonight. I can't wait to see you tonight. So I miss like I bring them every hour again.
Yeah, because I miss my
all
own.
the time.
Yeah, I was missing my own bed. So it's tonight when I get home, I'm going upstairs to play that game I bought last week. You know, Final Fantasy 15. I only played the Final Fantasy 7 remake.
Do you reckon that's worse?
Don't know really, but it looks like it's spread out.
What's it again? There's a bag of more